Rob Sleet's Vintage Homesteading. Today I'm going to be pulling out the tree I cut down a few videos back and stuff. I'm going to try and pull it out here with our 1945 Oliver 80. This is a really nice old tractor. Got a 334 cubic inch engine, and it has 35 horsepower on gasoline and 30 horsepower on kerosene, so it's a dual fuel. So nothing new in the world there. We talk about cars today that have a dual fuel capability. Had that back in these tractors back in the teens. This thing has about 36 horsepower at the drawbar, and they underrated them to sell them in a certain category, but most tractors like these could actually put out more power and do more work than they would sell them as advertised. The power takeoff pulley over here has 41 horsepower for running machinery. These were made from 1937 to 1948. And the engine runs at only 1200 RPM wide open, which is a fast idle today. But anyway, it pulls about 4,800 pounds on the drawbar, so you can come back and see the tree back here. It's about 46 foot long there. So we'll see if it can pull it out. If it can't, then I'll just have to shorten it. Good chance it'll pull it out, so get started and get going. Well, not quite. Well, I've probably hit a stump out there or something. Dug a big hole here, so go over and see what we got caught on and go from there. I'll be right back. Okay, well, we've got all these big branches in here in the top of the tree. I've dug in, poked into the ground pretty hard here. So we're gonna have to get a saw and come out here and cut some of this stuff off, and then we'll back the tractor up and get a closer bite again and see if we can pull it out. If that doesn't work, then I'll go out and cut off some branches and shorten it. So anyway, I'll be back with the saw. Okay, you can see the tractor dug some nice big holes there, so this old tractor's mighty powerful. So we'll move over a ways and try to get through here. Get a stump on that side, so I'll probably come to the outside here and try to bypass it. We'll get the tractor started and see what happens. Well, at this rate I can probably plow the field out here. Okay, well, I went down and branched the tree and I cut off a section, so should pull it out pretty easy. I've moved the tractor back and moved over. And since I've got a bunch of big holes here and stuff, when I come up here, I've got to come on the outside and through here, make sure I don't get stuck again. So get the tractor fired up and see what happens. Got the wrong gear. That came out pretty good. Looks like it had a couple of pretty good sized ones down on the bottom. We're still holding in there. So anyway, we'll come over here and show you why the tractor quit pulling. Okay, well, when I initially tried pulling out here, the tractor got down probably about close to a foot, and it kept making a little movement forward and stuff, and I think I could have pulled the whole thing out, but what stopped me, started rolling some rocks out, and the rock gets under a tire and just starts spinning and won't go anywhere. And over on the other side, we'll come over here and show you what happened here. Okay, on the right tire here, it only went down about 7 inches, but we hit a tree root in here, and that'd be right where the center of the rib of the tire is, and that's where you lose all traction. So between the rock and that's why I stopped moving forward. Now this branch here I cut off, that was pretty good size, and it went over about 15 feet, and it was stuck down in the muck over there too, as was this one. So anyway, that's why it got stopped. And you know, the tractor in ideal conditions will pull 4,800 pounds on the drawbar, but of course this isn't ideal conditions because the ground is moist and wet still, and we're going uphill, and then it got lots of things. If I would have hit this stump over here, which I've done many times on around here, I actually put a bevel on it, so if the face of this hit it, it would have come up over the top instead of stopping me. So anyway, there's a few tips on two-wheel drive tractors. Okay, well, here's the top half of the tree. That was really difficult getting out of it because of these big branches that were here, and they dug into the bank down there and stopped the tractor a couple of times, but finally got it out. So the bottom half of the tree down here. So what I'm going to do, cleared a bunch of the junk out of the way there, and then I'm going to pull up in here, get a straight shot, and hope I can pull it up here. So if I don't have too many branches poking into the roots and all the junk down there, we'll see if we can get it out. So I'll be back when the tractor's running. Okay, well, we got it up here as far as we could go with the tractor. So I'll take and shorten the chain and come back, get right in here and see if we can finish pulling it out. Well, we got something. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to back up, take the chain off, And I'll pull it off this way and see if I can finish getting it up. So back when I'm ready. Well, there we go. Surprised it pulled it out even with all that junk on it and stuff, but soil out here is really damp and soft and doesn't have the best traction out here, but anyway, success. Well, now that we've got both of these up here, the whole tree basically, our next video, what we're going to do, gonna cut it into some shorter sections and branch it. And then I'm going to use some home light saws to cut it up. We're going to have a little contest. So I use my 72 XL12, my 72 Super XL, and use my old C7 I just got running. Just the last video I did on it, I didn't have it running yet, but I got a carb kit and got it running really good. It's a nice old saw. So what we'll do is, like I say, we'll get it ready to cut. We'll time the cuts, see the difference in the different saws there. So anyway, more good vintage junk on the homestead here. Old tractors are killer.